Told NorCal I'm next up, it ain't no stopping me. I ain't Capolo, you hear AA, then it's a rock.
All right, y'all, welcome back to the show. We got another very special guest right here for the people.
Sir,
You want to
yes,
introduce
sir.
yourself to the people real quick?
What's up, man? This is CLee for the people, man. I'm here, man. Shout out to NorCal next up, man. I asked for this interview, so I've been wanting to talk to Dom for a minute, man. So yeah, man, I'm ready for the tough questions, man. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. It's up, man. So for the people that don't know, a lot of people don't be knowing like our history, you could say. So like, I've been helping Thizzler with like the note-taking aspect of the lives and like helping them get on
and
artists.
referring artists, playing an A&R. So yeah, me and Don, we work together.
Yeah,
we work together. Like we've been working together for a minute, so we know each other. We talk often. So yeah, but we never had one of these conversations. So this is the first. So
exactly,
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, because it's been 2 years, and I just be 2 years of me just watching the Instagram live, seeing you every week, how you act and like how you like react to certain things. I'm like, okay. So yeah, this is gonna be a good one. So let's get right into it. So your history is documented through other interviews and whatnot, but for the new watchers, for the people that don't be knowing, do you want to explain how did you land the position as working for the person on the Thizzler Lives going crazy with
Okay, well, first I had my own show. I was doing my own show on my own Instagram Live when I was working security. I had my own show working security, and just a little fun fact, the reason the show started at 9 o'clock is that's what time my security shift started. So I was working security and my show was popping. We was having conversations about a variety of different things, from relationships to hood topics to just everything, and it was going crazy. Remedy, in every interview I give credit to Remedy and a DJ named DJ ASAP reached out to Thizzler like, hey, y'all need to bring him over there. Like, he really kind of getting jiggy. This was probably like 2018, 2019. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was I went into Thizzler trying to pitch a hood-to-hood type show. I went and talked to Matt. I'm like, bro, I want to do something because I have access to certain places y'all probably don't have access to, and let's do a hood-to-hood type show. Before everybody was doing it now, I was trying to do it in 2019.
Well, like hood vlogs? Like
yeah, hood vlogs,
okay.
Basically going to different neighborhoods and, you know what I'm saying, like really tapping in with the people and really just learning about the culture in different neighborhoods. But they was like, we ain't got the budget. Now the shit is huge. Everybody's doing it. That's a huge thing on YouTube. But they was like, nah, and then that just transitioned to like one day it was like, let's just have a conversation about the ciphers and who they liked in the ciphers. That show blew up. So we were having conversations just about like a bunch of different topics in the music scene, but you can only have so many conversations about the music scene, then it gets repetitive. So one day I was like, you know what, fuck that. And I just kind of called an audible, like when we were supposed to have some show, and Tyrese had everything lined up, guests lined up, and I said, fuck that, and we did a showcase. That shit went crazy. You know what I'm saying? It went crazy. Tyrese was pissed. Shout out to Tyrese, because that's my guy now. But Matt was like, shit, it worked. You know what I'm saying? It worked, and we've been doing showcases ever since, and the shit just works. You know what I'm saying? We got a good formula. Shout out to us, man, because the impact is crazy.
Yeah,
impact is crazy.
Honestly, I didn't know it was like that. So basically, you started out doing like just asking questions like about
we was just talking
people.
about. I started off editing videos at Thizzler first because Matt was on some bullshit. Like I almost didn't make it to the live shit because Matt was asking me to edit videos and do all type of shit, and that shit hard. Editing videos is time consuming, and I was working in the actual Thizzler office, but I persevered, and then we tried the live shit, and now shit, we working on another deal now. So it worked out. But I was working in the office. I was working in the office for a minute, for like 6 to 8 months, and then before the live shit cracked off, and when the live shit cracked off, it was like, all right, you can just focus on this. This shit is going good.
That's crazy. I did not know that. I really did not know you started in the office. I thought you just went straight to the live.
Nah. I was working in the office editing videos, and I was doing interviews too. Tyrese was leading the interviews, but I was learning the interview thing. Shout out to Tyrese because I'm better than him at interviews.
Say that.
I'm better than Tyrese at interviews, and I'm looking like, man, I need to be doing these interviews. But it all worked out. It all worked out because then they kind of stopped doing interviews and we start focusing on the live, and that shit is it's still going good. Years later, it's still impactful. You know what I'm saying? It's still impactful. So yeah, that's how that started.
Man, so what year was it when you started working in the office? This is like 2018?
2019.
2019?
It was 2019. Yeah, it was about 2019. Yep, because then we did the first live like in 2019. That's another thing too. I'm tired of people saying, oh, you trying to be like Drewski. Get off my dick. We was doing this way before Drewski. Fuck are you talking about? Like, and it's documented. We didn't have Mozzie spit verses on the show early on. We didn't have an interview with Burner. Like, we didn't have big guests on the show early. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. But Yeah, man. About 2019 and then 2020, it really started going. It was already going, but then 2020 it started like, okay, let's formulate this. Let's get a formula going, and it was working.
Yeah. Do you remember your very first live you did on the Thizzler
Yep.
Instagram?
Yep, because I remember I got my guy Bully on from the city.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember that it was the first live we was talking about who went crazy on the Thizzler Cyphers, who was the first, like who was the best, who they didn't like, and I remember that show. I remember that show, the first Thizzler live. Yep, I remember that. It was like 2019.
Yeah. What was the energy like? Well, like was there hell people like, who is this guy? I never seen this guy before.
Yeah, the energy was like, who was it? But a lot of people knew me from my show already. So it was like a lot of excitement, like from my audience. They was like, oh shit, this CLee has kind of went from his own platform. Now he's on a much bigger platform. So it was like an elevation thing. So my audience really fucked with it and they supported it. The Thizzler audience didn't know who I was, but my audience was so deep in the live and showed so much love. They was like, they had to respect it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I came with my own crowd and it was love.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, and honestly, too, kind of rewinding, what led to you actually, like, what gave you the idea to do your own Instagram lives in the first place?
I always give myself credit to being one of the first people on live, because soon as Instagram, like, brought the live to, like, the Instagram, I was on it because I was bored at work. And I was just, I was bored at work, working security, so I was just having conversations going back to 2017.
Yeah, this is like the cannabis shop? When you're at the cannabis spot?
Nah, this was before the cannabis shop. The cannabis shop is when it took off. That was 2018. But this was 2017. I was working for a security company, what I won't name, that he was playing short in my goddamn checks and playing with the money. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just at work with this baggy ass suit on, just having conversation. This was before you can even add somebody on Instagram Live. You just had to pop it and just be talking. Like you just had to be popping your shit. And it was like I was just doing it then, and then people just like, hey, go live again, go live again, go live again. 2018, when they started letting people get on the live, and that's when it really popped off. That's when it really popped off. 2018. Now you can add one person to the live. It got big then. That's when it really got big, because like people didn't really have nowhere to express themselves. It was nowhere for people to go to express themselves on current events and current topics and current things that's going on, and that created that. You know what I'm saying? As far as the Bay Area, and then it went up.
Yeah,
and
like
it still works to this day. You know what I'm saying? I had to do my shit on the backup page because, I don't really like too much traffic on some of the shit we be talking about. Some of the shit we be talking about, I kind of want to keep private, because when it's too big, people start to like get politically correct. That's some just free game. When the audience is too big, people get politically correct. But when it's smaller, more intimate, you can get more truth out of people, and it makes for better content. So.
Okay, how do you feel like the state is right now? Do you think it's too big, where people are too politically correct on the Thizzler lives?
Not yet. I don't even think the Thizzler live has hit its peak yet. I think honestly that shit is still growing, just because it's so many more areas to hit, and it's so many artists out there that want to be heard. You know what I'm saying? Like from the Memphises to the Floridas to the Oklahomas to the New Mexicos, the Arizonas. It's so many more areas that just really, really, really want to be heard. So that live ain't even really hit its peak yet. But as far as that goes, because it's just people rapping. They're not really giving their opinion on current events and shit like that. So it's not. It's not political. It's not too political. But it's gonna get bigger though, for sure.
Yeah. Would you say that's the goal? That's the goal, to get it to that point?
I'm gonna say this, because the numbers do matter if I'm just being realistic, but I don't like focusing too much on the numbers, but I do want to be impactful in other areas. So even if our numbers don't get like drastically like major, and we doing like Drewski type 100,000 people in the live numbers, that's cool, but I want to still be able to hit those pockets that need help. Those, it might be somebody in South Dakota that's talented. It might be somebody in Massachusetts that's talented. It might be somebody out there, and even in Washington's and all these different places. I want to be impactful and hit different areas, because it's like, damn, nobody was hearing me. Now at least these people heard me. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to be impactful and touch these different people. So that's really my goal. Yeah. Really just have that impact. And right now we got a lot of impact. We have a lot of impact, and I underestimate the impact sometimes, but we got a lot of impact.
Yeah, that's true. That's crazy, because I noticed that, like, we do the Arizona showcases, and it'd be lit. There'd be a lot of artists trying to get on, Washington, Utah.
Absolutely.
All these New Mexico, even though New Mexico was kind of mid, but still we still was some people. Yeah.
I was shocked by the Asian showcase. Like, I knew Asians, obviously Asians got a lot of talent, but I didn't know the northern, like, the West Coast we had that many Asian artists. Like I know we got it's Asian artists obviously, but I didn't know it was that many Asian artists. Like I want to do Asian artists again because they got superb talent. The Asian artists have a high level of talent, from rappers to singers. You know what I'm saying? To like the reggaeton type music. Like they got a lot of different type music that really go crazy.
Yeah, why do you feel like they're slept on? The Asian community? Would you say the Asian community slept on?
The Asian community slept on. The Pacific Islanders, the Samoans and the Tongans, they slept on. You know what I'm saying? I think they both slept on because they just don't have an outlet, really. There's not many outlets. Shout out to Asian Culture CEO. He promotes a lot of Asian artists, you know what I'm saying? But they just don't really have the outlet, and people are not seeing them like artists. You know what I'm saying? But I think once they consistently get seen and they can show they can really got it, it's like, oh, shit. They really got it. Shout out to Base 9 side. You know what I'm saying? Like he go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Ugly ass nigga. But nah. But I want to see an Asian artist pop. Asians got a lot of talent.
They do. Okay. So, how would you say you've noticed from the beginning of the lives when it first started to right now? What's the evolvement? Like, how has it evolved from then to now?
It's a lot more beneficial to the artists. It was always beneficial, but now it's like people didn't got verses. Like I remember Simba gave a verse to an artist. You can get the producers are making a ton of money, meaning you go on there and play a slap, it's almost guaranteed you're gonna sell that beat right after the live. So you didn't got on played 30 seconds to a minute of your beat. You just made $300, $400, $500 wherever you sell your beat for. It's a lot more beneficial now, and you're gonna get posted, and you're gonna get posted for free and get free exposure. And if you really go crazy or something, if we giving away a YouTube slot that night, now this person with 500 followers who got a dope ass song just got his video posted on the YouTube for free. He was getting 37 views. Now he might be getting 3,700 views. He might be getting 5,000 views, which is a major difference. You know what I'm saying? Which matters because most artists ain't getting no views. If we're being honest, most artists ain't getting no views. So it's a lot more beneficial to the artists now. So it's like a little bit more serious because it's like you can really come up off this show. Now, I'm not telling you we gonna make you go platinum or no shit like that. You ain't finna be Drake level because you got on the live, but it's almost guaranteed if you dope, you gonna go from 1 to 2 to 2 to 4 to 4 to 8 fans, which is, and it's free, so it's better than nothing. So it's a lot more impactful. It was always impactful, but it's growing in impact.
Yeah, that's a fact. Okay. And so, one of your catchphrases, you say blessed and highly favored. What does that mean?
Just blessed and highly favored, thankful for the, God having mercy on my life, because realistically, we all here because of God's mercy. It's not because we super smart. It ain't because we super thugged out or we just these geniuses. The only reason why we alive and breathing is because God has been merciful, because we've all been in situations where our life could have been over, and when God lifts his mercy and his hand off your life, it's going to be over. So I'm always going to thank God any chance. And that don't mean I'm perfect. I don't want people to think because I praise God and I say I'm blessed and highly favored that I'm some perfect being. No, but I'm just realistic, and God has been blessing me and highly favored, so I'm always give him that praise, because once he lift his mercy off your life, it's a wrap. So the fact that we still here breathing and have opportunities to be of service to people is a blessing. So blessed and highly favored.
Okay, I was gonna save this question for later, but now that we're on the topic, I noticed you said that before each show you pray.
Absolutely.
You pray before each show. So why is that?
Because the goal is to be of service to the artist. Anybody who knows me, like even when I reach out to promoters or when I reach out to different people, my goal is to be of service to the art. How can I help at least one artist? Now, it's going to be some jokes in the show. We'll get into that later. Obviously, it's going to be, some people not good. But the goal is to always serve. Because I know why God put me here. I have to serve people, help. That's why if you follow me, if you know me, CLee is always helping, because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And so the goal is to just guide me, give me discernment, lead me, and who can I help during this show? Who can I be of service to during this show? Who can I help? Even though some of the content is not godly, obviously not, but still, that's not my responsibility on people's journey. That's God's responsibility to deal with people how he deal with them, to get them, their relationship with God. So my goal is just to serve properly. That's it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, because I do remember I was watching the other interview you did. I think it was with Burning Tree or Lil Blood, but you said that you got into it because you were serving people. Like you said, serving people is what got you to where you are today.
Absolutely.
So is that
just being of service, to people is the best business model. Serving people is the best business model. You know what I'm saying? I learned that from a book called Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. There's power in serving, helping people. How can I be of service to you? How can I be a blessing to you? How can I do this? How can I make you better? How can I, you know what I'm saying? So that's always my goal, is just to serve. You know what I'm saying? And it works. It works. Serving people has, helped me a lot.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Honestly, for this interview too, I have a lot of things that I've just heard you mention before that when I heard you mention, I'm like, well, what does he mean by that? So you said that previously I've heard you say you don't like to be around rappers.
Oh, yeah.
But what do you mean by that too? Especially that this is your career, is working with these rappers. What do you mean by I don't like to be around rappers?
Not all, because I don't want people to think all, but most great artists are very emotional. And they create from an emotional place. That's what makes them great. They pour their heart out on these beats. They're very emotional people. That's good for creating music. That's not good to be around personally. A very highly emotional person, because they're liable to do and say anything. And a very emotional, especially a very emotional man, you almost can't trust them, because their emotions are leading. They're not using logic. They're not using sound judgment. It's like, I feel like this, so I'm gonna do this. I feel like this, I'm gonna do this. And that's a very dangerous thing to be around. And not all, but a lot of artists are led by their emotions. And as a logical thinking, sane man with shit to lose, you can't be around people that's just, I'm gonna just at the spur of the moment, just gonna do any and say anything, because now you become a liability. You become dangerous to everybody around you. You know what I'm saying? You might just see somebody you don't like, go off. Or you might just say something to the wrong person and it causes conflict. You know what I'm saying? Or you might just get in your feelings and just do some out of pocket, some corny J-Cat type ass shit. And it's like, you know what? I can't be around that energy. Everybody I gotta be around has to be a logical thinking, sound person who recognizes, okay, we gotta get home. We got to get home safely. We have businesses, we have families, we have responsibilities, we have legacies to build. Therefore, we have to be moving logically at all times. We always have to be thinking using logic and sound judgment first. That's why, and I'm not saying all rappers, but a lot of niggas is just too emotional for me to be around. Too emotional. So I just enjoy the music, and that's it. Plus, like, some of them niggas is just not good people. And I just want to enjoy your music. I don't want to meet you and see like, damn, you a horrible human. And now I can't even enjoy your music the same no more. So I'd rather just stay away, enjoy the music, and we leave it like that. Because I don't want to meet you and you just a terrible ass human. It's like, you know what? Get this nigga shit out of my Apple Music. I can't even listen to this shit no more. This nigga's a horrible human being. So I just stay away.
Yeah, that's interesting because... yeah, for my job, I be around rappers all the time, or like on the weekends or whatnot. I can't say I've noticed that super clearly, but maybe it's just, I'm thinking now, maybe it's just because, oh yeah, I'm a big platform, so of course they're gonna act nice around me and whatnot. Like, was there a certain, did you have to like be around rappers hella much at events to realize that? Was there a moment that made you realize that?
Because before I was in music, I was in clothing. I was in clothing, and I had my own store and shit like that. So I used to deal with a lot of artists. I would give them free merch, or I would go to a lot of their events, and I would just deal with them, and you just see how they deal with people, and it's like, this ain't it. The way you interact with people, the way you deal with people, the way you try to stun on people, the way you know what I'm saying, have your chest poked out around people, that shit not it. You know what I'm saying? And again, not all rappers, but some really got that energy, and I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? And I deal with a few people, but I'm very selective on who I go around. I'm gonna go to any concert. If your music dope, I'm gonna go to the concert, but I'm not looking to be backstage and take pictures with you. If you look, I don't be taking pictures with niggas all like that. Nah, I'm gonna just enjoy your music, go to the show, and fuck with the people, the fans, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm gone. I don't really be dealing with niggas like that.
Man, damn. So now that you bring it up like that, I ain't gonna lie, I think I learned something new, because the reason why is because you gotta look at how the rappers treat other people, not just you.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Like, and even now, like, literally every single week, I get another DM about a rapper running off on somebody feature money. Every single week, like, and they coming to me like, CLee, you need to expose this, because they know CLee got honor. CLee don't even move like that. I don't want to be around a nigga that just keeps stealing people money. Like, that ain't cool to me. Like, I don't steal niggas money. You just running off with niggas money and not giving niggas they verses back. And, you know what I'm saying? You done stole this girl credit card and crashed her card and did all type of... I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't, your energy is going to... You're going to crash out. Just be from pure energy, like from a karma standpoint, you got something coming to you, and I never want to be around that. So God bless you. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. It did.
You know,
I'm gonna. Hey, that's crazy that you say that, because now I'm definitely gonna move differently now when I'm around rappers. I know now. All right, pay attention to how they treat other people, not just how they treat you. Because
you next.
Yeah.
If I see you fuck over and lie to everybody, if I see you deceive and manipulate everybody, if I see you disrespect everybody, I know I'm next on the list. And as soon as you don't have no use for me, it's gonna be fuck me, you's a bitch. It's gonna be all on Instagram. He a bitch, fuck you. I'm cool. I don't even play like that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna never see me on Instagram trying to expose somebody or going back and forth and arguing. I'm a grown man. We don't play like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I just keep my distance. God bless him though. And that's not me saying I'm better than nobody. This is just what I choose. In my personal time, this is how I choose to move. You know what I'm saying? God bless him though.
Yeah, okay. And then Cause now you actually get like recognized in public. Like, what was the moment when you realized like, oh wait, I'm actually like a figure. I'm actually like a known figure.
Bro, I can't even answer that. Cause it'd be so many. Cause it still fucked me up to this day. Cause I'm a person that go everywhere by itself. I'm somebody, I don't run in large packs, so it still fucked me up to this day. Hey, CLee, can I get a picture? I was just out there in Merced with GB hosting his give back event. Incredible event. Took about the most pictures I've ever took in my life. At least 15 to 20 pictures just that day. You know what I'm saying? So it still fucked me up to this day. And you know, cause I'm always thinking about the next thing working, so I never get caught up in like, oh, I'm this celebrity figure, you know what I'm saying? So I just be working. Like this summer probably was my busiest summer. I had a booking, if not every weekend, every other weekend. I've literally been booked all summer, so I be focused on the work. So I never really bask in my quote unquote celebrity. I'm focused on the work, because once you get focused on who you are, it's over with.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Yep. So when you say you get booked, what is it like? You get booked to like host the show and then just like show up to the show?
Yeah, I get booked for a variety of things. So like in September 15th, I'm gonna be in Arizona, and we basically doing IG live, but we doing it in person. So we gonna basically be doing a live in-person showcase. So I get booked for that. I also get booked because I do a lot of community work. So I get booked to host a lot of community events. You know what I'm saying? So I get booked for rap shit, community shit. I might get booked to host somebody's party or event. And you know, I'm into food, so I'm booked to, you know, be a judge in a cooking contest soon. Because of my personality and my interests are so versatile, I get booked for a variety of different things. Like, I got booked to host a mental health seminar. So I was the host, and we had a panel, and so I got booked to host that. I get booked, you know, I interviewed Pamela Price, you know, who is the district attorney of Alameda County now. So I get booked to host a variety of things, and I'm mentioning that not to boast. I want to encourage all the influencers, even rappers, to be diverse. Like, don't only speak one language, because you limiting yourself to one bag, one opportunity. But when you have some sense, when you know how to read, when you know how to talk to different people, your opportunities grow. Your opportunities grow, the money grows. You know what I'm saying? Your visibility grows. Everything grows by having some sense. That's hell of important. Having some sense, knowing how to talk to different people. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk to everybody like you on the block with the thug. So my nigga, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? No, nigga, you gotta have some sense, know how to talk, know how to dialogue. You know what I'm saying? And then you gonna open your opportunities gonna be endless.
Yep, okay. Gotta come correct. Okay. So that kind of leads me into my next question, because I noticed that you always have like a high energy to you, and you're always like ready to share your knowledge and stuff. So how do you keep such a high energy all the time?
For one, prayer. You know what I'm saying? Prayer is a big one, but also that water. I don't think people recognize what you put in your body consistently affects your energy. Food literally affects mood. Now, I be eating some bullshit sometime, but you know what I'm saying? You know, drinking that water working out, you know what I'm saying, keeping your body active, it really affects your mental and emotional. Like a lot of things go on in your gut that matters. So I think that's why even last night when we were doing the showcase, 18-year-old kid running out of breath, I'm like, bro, you got to start working out. You too big and you too young to really like, and you too talented to be running out of breath so easy. So part of my energy obviously is prayer, but that water matters. I want, please start drinking that water, that alkaline water, whatever water you can get your hands on. Go get that water in you consistently, and you're gonna see your life change. You're gonna see your energy change. Everything gonna change once you get that water up in you. True story. That water matters.
Yeah, the water matters.
Food affects mood. That shit is very, very true. If you don't listen to nothing else I say from this interview, food affects mood. So I've been, every show literally since my first show on Thizzler, water. Hour straight, water. I'm off the show, water. Now, you ain't got to only drink water. That's not what I'm saying. But every day, get some water up in your body for sure.
Because you be having like 2 big-ass bottles of water in your
hand. Man, it changes everything. It's the secret formula. It's the secret juice. Like, that water affect your mood and want, give you that energy. And then it'd be like, oh, yeah.
No, I ain't going to lie, it does. It's damn near like a drug in a way. Like, that first sip of water in the morning, I'd be like, my brain, I'm like, hella.
And that's the most important time. They say if you wake up in the morning and you knock some water back, it changes your whole day. I think that's scientifically proven. Wake up in the morning, drink some water, knock some water back. It changed everything. So yeah, that water definitely helps with my mood, keep my energy high. Food affects mood. You can Google that. True story.
Okay, food affects mood. So what are some good foods to eat that'll affect the mood in a positive way versus bad foods?
I'm gonna say that asparagus will get you right. Them acai bowls, fruit, a lot of fruits. You know what I'm saying? Even though fruits got sugar, but it affects your mood. Even that protein, some good chicken, but not fried. That grilled chicken really gets you right. What else? That spinach. That spinach will get you right. Yeah, that's just a few.
Okay, not so much steak?
Steak could get it, but you don't want to do too much on the red meat. That red meat ain't it. That red meat, and I still eat steak, so I'm being a hypocrite, and I eat lamb. But the red meat ain't necessarily it, but if you eat it in moderation, you be all right. You don't want to just go too crazy on a steak. And I'm not a nutritionist, but this is just what I learned in my journey.
Okay. Because I noticed that, you're a very spiritual person, and you advocate for, like, being spiritual and stuff. There's not many people like that in this industry that really advocated for it like you. So how did you become spiritual? Like how did you become like such a believer in God?
Well, obviously upbringing matters, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, just mom's forcing me to go to church young, even though we wasn't heavy on going to church. But if I'm being completely transparent, life, once you keep trying to do things your way and you keep failing and you keep failing, you keep trying to do things your way, at some point you have to recognize, okay, I have to seek something higher because what I want, what I desire, and how I'm trying to do it is just not working. So once life keep kicking you in your ass time and time again, you got to kind of buckle down and seek a higher power and let that higher power really talk to you and guide you. And once you get into that, and once you see how powerful that prayer is, once you see how prayer literally changes your life, once you see how prayer and is going to lead you and guide you and make room for you where you need to be, you be like, oh, I gotta stay firm in prayer. This works. This ain't just no joke. This ain't no gimmick. This ain't nothing to play with. This is serious. Now, to all the super Christians watching this, I am not perfect. Far from perfect. If you're looking for a perfect person, go open up your Bible, go get your own relationship with Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? But I've just recognized like the power in prayer and how it changes your life and how important it is. Just praying, just asking for guidance, not asking for nothing, not asking for no money, not asking for no cars or no house. Just guide me where I'm supposed to be at. What am I supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to be serving? What is my calling? Speak to me. Once you get that and you start to slowly get them answers, you'll be like, oh man, this is serious. Because there was no way I could have accomplished this on my own. There's no way I can be who I am today or, even generating what I'm generating without, God really putting his hand over my life. And because I'm not that brilliant. I'm not no genius. I'm not that smart or just capable. God had his hand on my life and it's worked out.
I see. Okay. And it's, for the audience, there may be some people watching this video that they don't know praying is like a foreign thing to them. They don't know how, like, what do you do to pray? What is your advice? Like, how do you pray?
Just be silent. And if you want to get on your knees, can do that, but just sit be silent and just communicate with God. Just talk out loud, or just, you know, just whatever you feel. You don't have to be perfect. Just, God, I don't even know how to pray, but can you just help me? Can you guide me? Can you lead me? This is foreign territory for me. I do not know. I'm ignorant in this, but can you help? Can you guide me? Because I don't know. Just that alone. You know what I'm saying? Just that alone. And slowly but surely, once you call out, he's going to lead. Just have faith. He's going to lead, and then you're going to start getting more and more knowledgeable, more and more. It's just like anything else. When you exercise it, and you're going to get stronger and better at it. Yeah, true story.
There you go. I appreciate that knowledge. I appreciate that. So, yeah, okay. And then another thing that you said that I've noticed is that you don't smoke weed.
Nah.
So why is that as well?
I don't smoke weed. I've never had a tattoo. I've never had a gold grill. I don't drink alcohol. I've always just been my own person. And when everybody else was doing something, I kind of wanted to do my own thing. I've always been like that. You know, all y'all going left, I'm gonna go right. All y'all going right, I'm gonna go left. I don't want to do what everybody else doing. So everybody was smoking, everybody was getting high. Some people was popping pills, and I just was never into it. Like, you know what? I don't want to be like that. Then later on in life, I recognized, yeah, that shit is not for me. I like being sound. I like, you know what I'm saying? Plus, I like saving my money. I don't want to be spending money on all this shit. It just was never for me. It was never for me. So I've always just been my own person. I've always been my own man. So that's kind of that.
Interesting. So you prefer being sober and being versus like, cause yeah, weed, you get that dopamine feeling, but yeah, you're not sound or you're not all the way there. So you prefer, like, fuck that dopamine feeling. I'd rather just be alert.
For me, because I know some people can be sound off weed and they can still function off weed. For me, I need to be fully functional. For me, I also don't want to be dependent on this to get me by. I don't want to be dependent on this weed to really, you know, get me by, and I got to spend all this money just to get me by. That was just never my thing. So I would rather just, you know, be on a natural high, you know, pray, drink that water, and move like that. It's just me, personally. I don't really fuck around. Do you smoke?
I do. Yeah, you know that. I do.
Yeah. Dom be high as a
I'm not high right now, though. Not before my interviews. For me, I can't smoke, like, in social situations. I be getting hella antisocial when I'm high. It's like for the end of the day or when I'm just in the house all day.
I want to say this to everybody out there watching. Get high. If you want to smoke, smoke. But I want to make sure that you can afford your hobby. You can afford your addiction. You can afford this weed you buying. Meaning, if you have a $300 to $500 a week weed habit, that is at least $1,200 to $2,000 a month you spending on weed. Where else could that money can be going? Is your living situation in order? Is your business in order? Is your kids taken care of? Is that check engine light off? Make sure you can afford your habit, because I'm seeing this too often nowadays. Too many people can't even afford their own habit. Your own necessities and responsibilities not even taken care of, but you still getting high. That ain't okay. As a grown-ass man or woman, your responsibilities and your necessities should be taken care of first before you out getting high. I know that's going to piss the weed smokers off, but my spirit told me to say that, so God bless you. And I ain't talking about you, Don, because I know you got money, because I know how much you make.
I want to say that, but yeah.
Dom getting money out here, y'all. Don't let him lie to y'all. Dom is doing well in life. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Man, oh man. Okay, let's get on to the next question. So... all right, so I want to touch on this. So, with the lives, it'd be a lot of, because it'll be sometimes where I'll be watching the lives. I ain't gonna lie, I'll be watching the lives, and I'll be like, it'll be back to back, just trash rap, or just like rappers just talking about shit that just the same shit all the time, the same flow, and I'd be thinking like, man, what are we doing here? Like, what is this? Like, do you ever get that feeling too, or do you get like...
Man, sometimes I don't even want to do that shit. Yes, man, yes, that happens. It definitely happens, but everybody got their story. Everybody got their story, and I can't necessarily tell nobody to tell their story different unless I know they blatantly lying. When a motherfucker I know, like, bro, you're lying. Like, stop it. You don't got to talk about that. You lying. But essentially what I'm saying is, you know, you kind of got to let people get their shit off. You kind of got to let people get their shit off. You got to, even though it might be the same thing shit, you got to just let people get their shit off, essentially what I'm saying, because if I'm being honest, some of the music I listen to, like I like Jeezy, I like T.I., I like Lil Wayne. They content is all kind of similar in a different way. 50s, these are not conscious artists. These are all street artists talking about street shit in a different way. So I just be hearing like, you know, looking for little nooks and crannies, because I actually listen when people are rapping. So I be trying to listen for little different like shit to latch on to when they rapping. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't, but that's where, you know, good hosting come in, where you can still be entertaining and engaging even when this weak ass rapper is on or saying this same ass shit and copying, you know, some shit he heard over and over and over again. So I used to get irritated about it. Then I started using it as an opportunity to either teach or just create some good content for the show, but never be like disrespectful.
Yeah, okay. But what do you have to say for people that be like, oh, CLee's a hater. He's hating ass fool. CLee's just hating.
It's hard to educate somebody who led by their emotions. It's kind of hard to somebody who led by insecurity and pain, because how am I a hater if you logged on my show asking me and this audience for an opinion and we didn't give you the opinion you wanted? Now I'm a hater. That don't even make sense. That don't make logical sense. It's called the CLee Live Song Review. These are showcases, and when you log on, you are asking for an opinion. The audience's opinion, the host's opinion, the judge's opinion. You are asking for an opinion by logging on this show. If you don't want an opinion, just keep rapping to your friends. Just keep doing what you're doing. We know you don't have to join. You know, we just giving feedback and we just creating our own community, but you can't log on a show, ask people for their opinion, and when they don't have the opinion you don't like, oh, you a hater, you a bitch, fuck you. It don't make logical sense. So it's kind of hard for me to take somebody serious who just being led by their emotions. You're not even logically thinking. You're not even thinking like a man. You kind of thinking like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I honestly feel like they just don't understand that, what you just said. Like, if people were to literally, people will hear it because it's an interview, but if people were to literally hear that, then they'd be like, oh, you know what, he's right, yeah. Because that literally makes sense, like, yeah. And
then at the same time, while they don't want this opinion, they giving their opinion on me and my show. Fuck this shit weak, fuck you, this. The same thing you just got mad at, you doing now. It doesn't make logical sense. So it's kind of hard for me to even like take niggas serious who don't even think logically. You gotta be a logical thinking, sane, grown ass man or woman for me to even take you serious. Like, if not, then it's like, you know what, you operating out of your emotion, you emotional, you got some insecurities, and that's just not, I can't communicate with that. I can't do much with that. Yeah. I can only teach that. Like John Henry Clark said, I only debate my equals. Everybody else I teach.
Mm-hmm. Does that ever demotivate you, just dealing with that back to back? People like not understanding the way.
Sometimes it get frustrating. Sometimes it get frustrating, especially when like you get the too tough Tonys. You know what I'm saying? A nigga just extra want to be overly hard. It get frustrating because, you know, I'm still a nigga from San Francisco, California. You know what I'm saying? From Section 8 housing, and it's like, even though I'm not a thug, I'm not a gangster, I'm not none of that, but we still men. So when niggas get to talking crazy, to a certain degree, it gets to you, but then logic kicks in. Like, you dealing with an emotional being. You can't even, if you're going to let every emotional being get to you, you always going to be mad. So I snap out of it relatively quickly, and it's very rare that somebody get to me, but most of the time I be good. You know, God is good. We keep God first, and we don't even worry about no overly emotional human. You know, we got God, so we all right.
One thing too, with your knowledge of just being who you are for all these years, for these past 3 years, 4 years, seeing all these rappers, you deal with all these rappers on the lives. How do you feel about the current state of the Northern California rap scene? It's a broad question, but I know you would have something to say about it.
I think I'm gonna just be transparent. I think we have to work on our branding and marketing. I think we have to be better at branding and marketing. What do I mean by that? The industry has transitioned, and this music industry is always transitioning. So we are not at a point where you can just drop a music video and then everybody's gonna watch. You're gonna do 1,000,000 trillion views and that's it. You're gonna have to be paying for some promotion. You're gonna have to be creating content. You may even, if you're into it, you might have to do some skits. You might have to go do some actual photo shoots. You might. It's just so many you're gonna have to do interviews. A lot of artists don't do a lot of interviews. Like I noticed that. You know what I'm saying? Because when I go do podcasts, people are always asking me, "Can you talk to such and such? Get this person on, this person on." You're gonna have to be creating content. Content is king now, not just your music. So, and all the big artists are doing it. Everybody's doing it. You know what I'm saying? From behind the scenes footage, interviews to, you know, shit, you might go to the gym or the food. You're gonna have to be a little bit more transparent. And I think with the Northern California artists, we have to get a little bit more content heavy, and you have to adjust to what's going on. Shout out to the La Russells and the Symbols who understand these methods. La Russell come with 2, 3, 4 pieces of content a day, whether it's performance, whether it be a podcast or an interview you're doing on another platform. Killing them with content, and he's winning. So it's important for us to see who's winning, what they're doing, and do that. Content is king. We have to be creating content, and I don't think enough artists are creating content. The most you're gonna get from them is a video and a fuck this platform or fuck this platform. You know what I'm saying? As to why shit not working out. And you gotta be content heavy. We all do, from the comedians, the rappers, even the platforms have to be coming with content. Everybody has to be creating more content. It's too many platforms now, from Threads to Twitter to TikTok to Instagram to even Facebook still go up. All these different platforms, and you got to be coming with some content. So that's what I say. We don't have enough content. We still playing an old game. We still playing the same game an old way, essentially. It's a new way to play this game, and that's content.
Okay, there we go. Hey, hopefully we can all learn something off this. Okay, so fuck, I forgot. I just had a good question. Oh yeah. So for any artists, because there'll be a lot of artists that be trying to get on the lives. Of course, there'll be a lot of artists. What message would you say to an artist that's trying to get on the live? Like, what should you do on the live to do good and impress you and like continue to get on?
For one, I wish I can show you the stats, but to all the people that we want to get on the live, like, CLee, you never get me on. For one, if it's 10,000 comments coming through on a slow night, we might get 8,000 to 9,000 comments. There is no possible way I'm going to see 8,000 to 9,000 comments. So the best bet to getting on the live is pick your fat ass finger up and share it and have people comment your name. When a lot of people comment your name, I'm more likely to see it. I'm going to get you on because I seen your name. So that's the first step to getting on the live. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand, it's free. If you can't do as much as share a live and have people comment, then damn, what the fuck you want me to do? Come to your house, record you with my cell phone and post? Like, damn, you can't share the live? You can't do that much and have people comment your name? Now, as far as when you get on, just be dope. Be your authentic self and be dope. Have some charisma, because even if your song is weak, if you come with some energy, you still gonna grab some fans. Show your face, have some charisma, have some energy, have some confidence, be clear in what you say, know your lyrics. That alone can get you further than just being in the dark, having a bullshit ass song, not having no confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, just have some confidence, and then you can, even if the people don't like it, you can still repurpose this content and you post it, and it's more content for you. So you get on, you have some charisma, you perform. It may not go crazy. The people in the comments may not like it. I may not like it, but this is more content for you. And it's free content. You know what I'm saying? Screen record, have somebody screen record it, or when we post it on YouTube, you screen record your part, post it, more content.
Facts.
It's a win.
Yeah.
It's a win.
It's not even that hard.
It's not that hard at all, and it's all free. A Aretha Franklin, a Frisbee.
Yeah,
my thoughts.
All right, so before we do wrap it up for real, do you got any? What should we be expecting for the CLee brand? What is coming? Any last messages?
I'm working on some new shows. I'm gonna put my book out soon.
Your book? Wait, your book?
Yeah.
Wait, what's that?
Actually, my book is done.
Wait,
but I got a book, I got a book, just a lot of my phrases and thoughts and just unpacking things that, I think about certain things. So I got a book. It's going to be only like 60, 70 pages. So that's coming. Yeah, I'm just working. Honestly, it's so much. I don't want to be on here talking. I'm just working. Make sure y'all follow at the CLee brand. I'm working my ass off. I'm trying to be like you, Dom. I'm trying to get some more money.
I'm trying to be like
I'm trying to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it together, man. I'm trying to work. So I'm just working, and I'm just working. Work,
and more work. No fucking free time.
Exactly.
All right, man. I appreciate you coming through, CLee. It was a good. You feel me?
Come on, man. This is part one. We're gonna do part two
That's literally
soon.
what I was gonna say. Part one, because there's still some more things. Unfortunately, I got this show, so I got to go to the show. But
yeah, we're gonna do part two soon. It's good. Whenever you need me, it's a bet.
Yep.
Yeah. Shout out to Dom
There we
NorCal.
go,
Next up, I'm
man.
C Legal for the people. Let's talk about it.